I am now convinced that 2023 might just be one of the worst years for humanity in quite a while. I mean, it's a great year for gaming and movies, but it's one of the worst years in quite a while, for two reasons. One, as I said earlier, AI is taking over the world. This won't be very long since I've complained about this before, but I'll just give a quick summary. The fact that everyone thinks it's cool to use these stupid AI voices and make impersonation way too easy. Now, I don't know if I can even trust people who I talk to on the phone, if they're actually the people I know, or if it's just some imposter setting up some stupid AI voice. And everyone calls this a good thing. Why? There is literally nothing even remotely good about that. Okay. I am so mad right now. Everyone is using AI to take over the world. Why do all of these morons keep improving of these AI voices? AI is literally taking over the world. I mean, we heard you the first and second time. It is one of the absolute worst things known to mankind, and every form of AI needs to be abolished as soon as possible. 2. The fact that this many women decided that they're going to have male private parts. Oh my god, okay. 2. Oh, I'm so sorry, Slumber. I'm sorry. Oh, fucking hell. 2. The fact that this many women decided that they're going to have male private parts, and the fact that this many males are going to have female private parts. I'm not trying to come off as transphobic, just as long as trans people actually change their gender too. Example, if a male decides to actually become a girl instead of just changing their sex organ. That puts horribly disgusting Rule 63 images in everyone's heads. And the idea of a man being pregnant, that is just beyond disgusting. It is literally the most disgusting thing I have ever heard of in my entire life. I'd have more pleasant thoughts rolling around in rivers of diarrhea. Oh my fucking god. It is literally the most disgusting thing I have ever heard of in my entire life. I'd have more pleasant thoughts rolling around in rivers of diarrhea than thinking about this. And what about the people who actually want to have kids? Like, if a man is dating a woman and expects to have kids with her, but then after they get married and are ready to have kids, this man finds out that his wife has a penis. Do you have any idea how obnoxious that would be for the man who wants to have kids? Again, I have nothing against trans people as long as they actually change their gender too and not just their sex organ. I deeply apologize if I came off as transphobic. The last thing I want to do is to come off as extremely offensive. It's just that for weeks now, I had to put up with everyone talking about the horribly disgusting thought of men giving birth. And I just can't take it anymore. I'm not going to lie. I literally felt like I was going to throw up before typing this because of how nauseating that thought is. I heard that a very rare percentage of people were born with the other sex organ, and that's fair, they have no control over that. But for those who do have control over it are the ones I'm bothered by. I have a few new points I thought of that I want to make about the whole trans thing that I talked about in my last community post. For weeks, I've been trying to keep my thoughts on the matter a secret because I don't want to offend anyone, and I don't want everyone to think bad about me. But I just can't keep it a secret any longer. I have grown to accept the fact that there are gay and transgender people over the years. But when their private part is the only thing they change, that's basically a form of lying. And the fact that probably like 70% of the population on the entire planet are sinking as low as to spend hundreds of dollars just to do what is basically deception. You see why that bothers me, right? I understand someone's going to bring up the argument that people just want to express themselves. So, I guess that we should be allowed to express ourselves by dating children. Yeah, that's definitely a great idea, right? Okay, but seriously though, I honestly don't know if we as a human race can trust anyone of the opposite gender anymore. Okay, so I just had a serious conversation with some of my relatives about the whole opposite reproductive organs thing, and I learned that the whole ordeal isn't... Ugh. Oh, Jesus, okay. Okay, so I just had a serious conversation with some of my relatives about the whole opposite reproductive organs thing, and I learned that the whole ordeal actually isn't as bad as I thought it was, since male pregnancies only really happen if the male used to be female, and that it's usually more obvious if they're trans or not. So, if that's true, then I want to apologize for those last 2 community posts I made. I wasn't trying to be transphobic. I just thought it was much harder to tell than it actually was. And I hope you guys can forgive me.